Hi, this is Jeremy Kellett, Director of Recruiting here at Oakley Trucking, and I'm your host for this podcast. This is episode 96, and on today's podcast, I got a couple of Oakley owner-operators sitting in with me. We're going to talk to them, get to these guys a little bit about maybe a little bit of everything. The one thing I want to discuss with them is Oklahoma terminal over there. And as I was coming back from lunch, I was actually thinking, you guys, we get off in it in a minute, but you guys were one of the first ones over there when we started at Port 33 out of Inola, Oklahoma. So we're going to hear from them about those days and how long ago that was, and actually coming over and talking about some actual local stuff Oakley has. I mean, we actually have some local stuff. A lot of people don't realize that. So we'll discuss a little bit of that too. But first, before we do, I want to get into the Oakley Update, which every week is sponsored by Arrow Truck Sales. Keith Wilson at Arrow Truck Sales in Springfield, Missouri is currently offering $1,000 off your first month's payment when you finance with transport funding, or $1,000 off the truck price if you bring your own financing. They're also discounting the cost of an extended warranty by $500. Arrow Truck Sales has been a long-time partner with Oakley Trucking, and that's because they specialize in first-time truck buyers. They don't do any leases. They have the best used trucks money can buy because used trucks is all they do. They don't sell any new trucks. And the biggest reason that Arrow and Oakley are partners is service after the sale. It is very important to us at Oakley that when we refer you to a company, that they are a good company with good people. They do what they say, and they understand our requirements. So give Keith a call at 573-216-6047 for a good used truck, and tell him you heard about it on the Oakley Podcast. So on the Oakley Update this week, a couple of things. One that some of you owner-operators might not be thinking about is your emergency contact that you've given Oakley when you first leased on. We need it to be correct. If it needs to be updated, please call us up here. You can talk to Vicky or Wendy, and let's get your emergency contact updated. Hopefully, it never comes into play where we have to call you, but once in a while, it does help that we have that. Also, on your occupational and accidental insurance, make sure you have the right beneficiary on there. That's important too. And to be honest with you, the only reason I thought of that was we've had a couple owner-operators pass away, and there is in that occupational accidental insurance, if you did not know it, there is a $30,000 life insurance embedded in that. So you want to make sure that you have the beneficiary right. My name is Jeremy Kellett. If you don't have one, you can put me down. Just kidding. The other guy, I'd also like to recognize an owner-operator that's been with us 12 years. His name is Mike Jaggers. He lives in Valonia, Arkansas, which is where I live. He's actually a neighbor across the street anyway, and just a great guy. He drives a 2019 Peterbilt. He does about everything for Oakley. Pulls an end dump. He does do a lot of stuff around here now. Of course, he hasn't in the past. He's run everywhere. And I got a little information from a couple guys that dispatched him, one a long time ago and then one recently. And they said Mike takes good care of his equipment. He has a daughter at home with special needs, which sometimes requires extra time and energy, but he manages to do his job well and has a great attitude. The other dispatcher says, when I first met him, I worked outside loading and unloading him. Even though I was often climbing out of a hole covered in dirt and grease, he treated me the same there as I've seen him treat anyone else in the office. So, Mike Jaggers, we appreciate you at Oakley Trucking. You're an asset to this company, and congratulations on 12 years. Okay, gentlemen, let's get into a little bit of Oklahoma work. Muskogee, these guys came over, surprised them actually, which I try to do. I try to get owner-operators in here on this podcast that are not expecting, so it'll be authentic, which I don't think you guys have any problem being authentic. But I got these guys in here to visit with me and talk a little bit about they're out of the Oklahoma terminal and doing some local work over there, but just to get their perspective on what's going on in trucking these days and what's going on at Oakley. So how you guys doing today?
Doing good.
Doing good.
Got Richard Naus and Jay Dozier in here. If you guys would, give us a little bit of background on you and history. We'll start with you, Richard.
I've been leased to Oakley, be 8 years in April.
Where you live?
I live in Muskogee.
Family?
I got a wife and then a cat named Beavis.
A cat named Beavis. How long you been married?
30 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
No kids?
No kids.
What do you do in your spare time?
Well, in my spare time, I'm usually at the fire department because that's my passion in life, emergency medical medicine. So that's what I like to do. And Oakley has given me the opportunity to do it by being home every night.
I can remember when I came over there, I went to your house.
Yes, you did.
I stopped. I can't remember how that came about. I guess we were talking before ahead of time, and I said, hey, I'm going to be over there. We're starting a terminal over there, and we need some guys to do this Muskogee run. And I don't know if you couldn't come or what, but
You wanted to look at his truck.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
You were up at Port 33 and going to come back by, and you said, well, I'll just run at your house if it's okay. Sure, if you want to come out,
Yeah.
And I still have that pickup that you liked if you'd like to buy it.
Yes. That was what year model was that?
78 GMC step side.
Nice.
Yeah.
I remember looking at that pickup. You've had that a long time, haven't you?
Had it for a long time. A lot of people want to buy it, but a lot of people don't have the money I want for it. So,
well, those are probably selling high dollar right now on top of the price.
all vehicles are selling high dollar used.
I know it. That was good. I remember stopping by there. You also had a Trans Am in there. No?
Yeah,
Did you?
Yeah.
I thought so.
Unfortunately, I sold that.
Mm.
Just wasn't practical. I never
Gotcha.
drove it. I'd look good in the shop, but I never drove it. So I had other things I could spend that money on.
What about you, Jay Dozier?
Lived there in Porter, just north of Muskogee. Got 6 kids. Been married about 15 years.
Awesome. 6 kids, age range?
Between 7 and 12.
Is it pretty quiet around your house?
Never. Never.
I bet it isn't. Now, what do you do in your spare time, if you have any?
Yeah, very little. Spent a lot of time at the church.
Good.
I had youth pastor there at the church. We have livestock, so between kids and the animals in church,
You're
that's
booked
it.
up.
That's it.
That's pretty good time. That's pretty good though, all around.
Yeah.
Yeah. Family, church, and animals. That's
Yeah.
good. Animals are not my favorite, but
Right.
that's good.
He
I like
loves
to
them.
eat.
He wants more.
He does.
Yeah.
Nah. I like to eat.
Well, I do too. So you grow what you eat.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Now you guys both came from Landstar, right?
Yes.
That's right.
And because I do remember recruiting Richard back 8 years ago when we started. Well, we bought Port 33, and then we decided we need to start a trucking company or we already had a trucking company, but we need to have a presence over there because there was some stuff going on. And was that what I was trying to get you to do in the beginning? Was that Muskogee run?
Muskogee is where you put us.
Yeah.
'Cause
That was it from the beginning.
Mhm.
Y'all done that from day one, haven't
From
you?
day one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Y'all, so y'all, and I guess to give our listeners an idea, it's a local run in Muskogee, isn't it? Where
Yes, it is.
You're
9 miles each direction.
9 miles each direction and home every night then.
Home
Every night, off on weekends.
That is nice right there. That's good. See, people don't think we have that. We do some.
Yeah.
Not a lot, but some.
Yeah.
And, for something like that to last this long is really unheard of.
Yes.
Yeah.
Justin was real to tell us that, it could go away one day.
Yeah.
Well, we hope not because we really enjoy it. So
Yeah.
Yeah. It works
it
really
works
well.
out real good for us.
I remember because there was another company doing that
Yeah.
in there, and then we moved in and we bought the port, also the Port of Muskogee. For people that don't know, Oakley owns the Port of Muskogee and Port 33. They're just outside of Tulsa. And when we came in there, it was there was some work being done at the Port of Muskogee, and we're like, hey, this is Oakley Trucking's going to take this over. So
Right.
we had to, have you ever run any of them guys we had to fire over there?
A few times.
A few times.
Yeah.
They don't hold any grudges, do they?
No,
They're good people.
Yeah.
We tried to get some of them actually in the beginning to help, but anyway, it's worked out. So you guys have seen it grow since day one over there at the port.
Oh, yeah.
We've seen it all.
What are some of the things you've seen over there that I don't know makes you think hey, this company is for real?
Well, just the opportunity to, like we have, that be local and be home every night. That's the biggest opportunity, and that's what we were looking for, both of us, when we left Landstar. So
How long were y'all at Landstar? Very long?
14 years.
14 years.
Wow. I didn't realize that.
And it was a challenge. You know, we were so used to being our own boss and then go back and work for somebody. It was, hopefully we can make this work, and which we did. So it's been no problem since.
If I recall, y'all were not just real easy to talk into coming over here.
We were both pretty happy. We'd kind of gotten into, we knew what we were doing, and it worked. It was working okay.
Yeah.
But we were both interested in being home a little more.
Yeah.
Well, then your kids were a lot smaller, so
Yeah.
it was something. It was just good timing where that's what y'all were looking for. You was looking for more time with the fire department. Yeah, so it worked out good, and y'all
Worked out real good.
We've actually had a pretty good group over there for a long time. We've lost a few, and a couple. What do we have? A couple retire.
Had one retired that I don't know how long he'd been here.
20-something.
20 some odd years, yeah.
Oh, Bates.
Richard
He's
Bates.
a great guy.
He's a
Y'all ever
funny
hear
guy.
from him much anymore?
I haven't talked to him in about a year, but I've tried to touch base with him, make sure he's doing all right. So
Yeah,
I know Justin was going to call at Christmas time to see how he was doing. So
I need to call and check on him for sure. Good guy right there.
and then the other original guy, Ronnie, he had to retire, and I'll check on him, and he's doing all right. I'm sure he would rather not be retired, but
Yeah, he was fighting some health issues.
health issues make you do different things. So
Yeah. You know, the Port 33 has turned into just a great deal for us, and there's more opportunity that we don't dive into over there for local work that we really should.
Right.
You know, it's there to get. It's just not always. Sometimes this other stuff pulls you in that direction and not focusing on that real local stuff there.
Local work's not for everybody. I mean, especially that ones that want to be out there and make that mileage bonus and get that big check every year. It's just,
Well, we have some guys that are working with us now that are managing to kind of do both, that do work the local when it's available, and then they go and do the over a road when things are slow for us.
Yeah. And that's good because we got the opportunity to do that for sure over there.
It works really well for them, I think.
Yeah. It's just been a great asset ever since we've gotten that terminal over there. Things you just don't realize by getting into another section of the country and establishing an office there of what things come up and how many more owner operators are around there that you could put to work. And it's just been great. You guys, though, I come over there once in a while and take everybody's supper, but you guys never show up. What's up with that?
Well, that's up at Port 33. You got to come to Muskogee.
40 miles. I mean, come on. Y'all can come up there and eat supper with us. We have a good time.
Yeah.
There's some pretty good guys over there that run a lot of that stuff.
Well, I think we're fixing to be busier at Muskogee with the addition of stuff coming in. I guess we're getting grain
Soybeans
silos,
and
soybeans and stuff, and those 2 silos are working on getting them ready to go. So
nice.
Going to be more business in there.
You were showing me that picture
Mm-hmm.
earlier on your phone of a picture of the Port of Muskogee that we have that was taken back in
1905 when it was an amusement park. And
had
it was
an indoor
Park.
pool and
Yep.
a zoo and the whole thing.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It was a happening place.
We need to see where you got that picture, and we ought to try to get a picture and put it in the office or something down there. That's pretty cool to know what it was before.
Yeah, what
it was an amusement park before?
Yep. It was Hyde Park. And that's the road going in. Part of it is Hyde Park Road.
Yeah.
So, and that picture that I showed you is from 1905. So that's a long time ago.
Tell us about your trucks. A lot of guys listening always want to know what kind of trucks you guys operate. I want them to know. I know.
I've got a W900. I've had it forever. I'm trying to think how long I've had that thing. A long time.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
You had it at Landstar.
Yes, had it at Landstar. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
it's an 03 model.
it's a little
02?
heavy. Yeah, 03. It's a little heavy sometimes if I have fuel on, but it works out pretty good with what we do. So
Yeah, because lighter the better over there.
yeah,
for
more
sure.
money you'll make.
That's why Jay bought a day cab.
Yeah.
Got the day cab, yeah.
You make a little bit more money. What year model is that truck?
2010.
10.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
They've been good trucks, I guess, or y'all wouldn't have them.
Yeah.
How long you had yours, Jay?
5 years.
Yeah, they've been that long.
4 years.
Been a while.
That's good. You know, it's trucks nowadays or something else. It's we've actually had, and of course y'all don't take advantage of this, but we've had some owner operators retire this year because they can sell at
Imagine
at a high price and get out of it. And I think they just been waiting for the right time, you know, to sell and get out of it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for us, they did, but you know, good for them. I mean,
Right.
It's about time it turned around for the truck drivers
Sure.
to where their equipment's worth quite a bit more.
That's true.
So don't be getting out of that 03. I know you could, and I know it's crossed your mind probably.
I'll get out of it when I retire.
I keep trying to talk him into getting a day cab, but he's not.
I know
not
it.
going for it.
I know it. He should do that.
Yeah.
That's money in the bank right there.
Well, that's true. Compared to what I haul to what he hauls, yeah.
What about, you know, I mean, working for Oakley, you know, I know you guys have been on the local dedicated deal since you started, but you've also dealt with a lot of owner operators, a lot of dispatchers, me. I mean, you know, for somebody outside looking in, what do you think they need to know about Oakley that would help them make a decision?
Well, I guess the big thing is this is more like a big family. Everybody's treated the same. You see me once every couple of years, but yet you know who I am when I walk through the door.
Right.
So
Yeah.
it always amazes me.
Yeah, and I think, you know, when I first leased on, I remember Justin saying he doesn't keep track of truck numbers, you know, that you're an individual, you're a person. And I found that to be true since I've been here.
You know, it's not easy to do that. Of course, that's the only way this thing's going to work is if you feel like you're part of it. And I try to tell people that all the time, you know, guys coming through orientation that, you know, it's your truck pulling our trailer and we all got to make a living off of it. So we got to work together to do it.
Yes.
And it's, you know, it's a challenge. I was telling this group down there this morning, we've got 4 good guys coming out of orientation this week. And you know, I was telling them the same thing. You got to buy into the partnership here, the customer service, the safety, that we're all in this thing together. If you're one of those, I said, if you're one of those guys that wake up mad at the world and it's all about me, I every day, you're going to be miserable here. You're going to be miserable anywhere you go, probably.
That's right.
It's sure not going to work here. So you got to be able to, you know, have customer service, safety as a priority. And it seems to, man, then everything seems to fall into place. You know, I'm just glad that this stuff that we've done, you guys have started 8 years ago, and Oklahoma is still rolling and still going. And now you're telling me it's looking even better.
It's looking better.
Looking up.
Yeah.
And that's, you know, it's just great. And Justin and Kyle and them guys over in Oklahoma have done a great job of, you know, moving that part up. You know, we've gained trucks over there. We've gained more local freight, more regional freight. You know, they've talked about leasing on a couple guys to even be up there around Inola, you know, in and out constantly. And we're trying to do that now too.
It's good.
To give
Somebody else an opportunity.
That's right. That's
Yeah,
right.
That's what it's about.
You guys came to North Little Rock and got the Geo tab put in.
Yes, we did.
You just got out fresh out of class.
So excited.
So give me first, good or bad, give me first thoughts. You just got out of class. You were in it, what, 2 hours?
Mhm.
Yeah.
You was in the
Little
class
under,
2
yeah.
hours.
2 hours.
So what's your first thoughts?
I personally think it's going to be better than the OmniTrax. I was never a fan of the OmniTrax.
And why you say that, Jeff?
I just like the technology better. I like the being on my phone. I just was not a fan of the OmniTrax. To me, was really slow. Was just not user friendly.
Oh, yeah.
So I think this is, once you get used to it, I think we'll be a little bit more user friendly.
Now, did y'all put it on your phone or a tablet?
I did.
On the phone right now.
Phone, yeah.
Probably end up putting it on tablet, just make it bigger and easier to do, and can do it like that.
So what's your thoughts, Richard, on it?
It's going to be all right. You're just going to get used to it. We're both used to OmniTrax of what we do when we did yard move and everything like that. It was just touch, and you were done. But It's just slow. Every morning, start your truck. Okay, when's this thing going to boot up? It's
Right.
going to take 5 minutes to boot up so I can even do anything on it. So I'm not going to miss that part of it one bit.
No.
So,
Didn't even think of that.
yeah, it took forever.
What about the camera? Everybody's talking about the camera. How they explain it down there?
Yeah.
Had a camera in the other one. I mean,
Well, we'd
camera's a
heard
camera to me.
rumors, about the camera, that it would talk to you and things like that. And okay, that's good. And well, we were given the opportunity to turn that function off if we wanted. And great, I don't want to hear a camera talking to me. I'm going to keep my following distance right. So
yeah.
Yeah. We decided that's probably the best.
I mean,
it can. We don't want it to be a distraction.
yeah.
And a couple people said, "Man, that thing's distracting me." And of course, it's easy for us sitting in this office to go, "Well, hey, if you just not trigger it, it won't talk to you."
Well, some things sound
But you
good on
can't
paper, but
Yeah, but
you
you
know.
can't. I mean, that's hard to control. So
Yeah, and if anybody looks at the speed we do over there, you're going to be amazed that you'll
Yeah.
get it done because, well, it's so many different speed zones. 70 when you come out of the port, well, I might be doing 60 until I
Yeah.
get to Peak Boulevard, changes to 55, 50, and that's it. So,
well, we got stoplights and
right.
stop signs, and so
yes.
the camera. I mean, I'm impressed by the technology. When he
Mhm.
was talking about it, it seems pretty neat that the AI can pick up the signs and do all this other stuff. Who would have thought they could do that?
I know.
It's a little creepy, but that it can recognize that much stuff. But it's neat,
Probably the one thing I'll miss about Omnitracks is if you had the map pulled up and it had the speed limit in the corner, when it's 50 on Peak Boulevard, it was 55 on that. So, hey, it's saying 55. I can do 55.
Right.
Oh, wait, that's not right.
Yeah, the technology's just come a long ways.
It's crazy.
And if you're not using it, I mean, then when something happens, they get you and go, "Why aren't you using it?"
Right.
Well, and that's, to be honest with you, that's the conversation we had about turning the voice off on the camera. Is you have it, why aren't you using it?
Mhm.
Type deal. So you got, we had to weigh that in of it being a distraction or somebody saying, "Why wasn't you using it?" Anyway, it's all good. It's a change. Everybody's good. We just got to get through it and move on. Just like it was. I remember when the Qualcomms came out. My gosh, we were going to lose every driver we had. I mean, it was a nightmare. But we didn't. Everybody got used to it.
Got
and
used
it was
to
all
doing it.
You get over it.
Yeah.
And just like the cameras, I mean, you got to protect yourself in this day and time
Yeah.
because everybody's out for that free money if they can get it, especially when they're advertising on TV.
Yeah.
Been hurt by a truck?
Been
Well,
hit by
come
a truck and
on.
with billboards everywhere.
Yep.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, we're guilty.
We'll
proving
get you
it.
lots of money.
Yep, that's exactly right. Well, I don't want to keep you guys very long today, so I know y'all got to get back to Oklahoma and get busy. And hopefully you're working. Y'all working tomorrow? Not tomorrow.
No. It's supposed to be barges coming in this weekend, so hopefully we have a good week. It should start picking back up. It's been rather slow, but
Does this every January. So
yeah.
you plan for it, and
Everybody
you go on.
Nobody gets in a hurry to get things going in the new year after the holiday. It's still, takes time to get it. And here it is, the end of January. So.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's already the end of January.
Yeah.
I know it.
It's crazy.
I know it. Well, I sure appreciate y'all taking time to do this. I know this was thrown on you at the spur of the moment, but hey, it helps. It really helps our listeners to be able to hear from guys that in a different part of the division, different part of trucking, doing some local stuff, which, hopefully tells the listeners out there that, or even recruits listening, that, hey, Oakley's got some stuff that'll fit your needs. We got a lot of different stuff here when it comes to different divisions, hopper, end dump, pneumatic. We got local, regional, over the road. I mean, we really try to fit everybody's needs the best we can. So, and I sure am glad we're fitting y'all's and y'all are fitting us for 8 years, 8+
8
years.
years. 8 years in April. And yeah, anybody that's thinking about coming over here, you will not regret it. So it's been good to us,
Right.
and everybody will take care of you as long as you take care of your customer. That's what it's all about.
That's it.
It's the name of the game.
That is. Well, I appreciate y'all coming over. Jay, good luck with all those kids. And,
Thank you. I need it.
taking care of them. Richard, we got to talk about that old GMC pickup.
Oh, yes.
But appreciate it. And I appreciate everybody listening to the Oakley Podcast, something we put out every Wednesday. So be sure and share it with everybody and do that, and like and subscribe and comment. That helps. That helps us get out to everybody. And if you ever got any questions about Oakley, man, just give us a call up here at the office, and we'll be glad to visit with you. So thank you for listening. We'll talk to you next week.